Just unboxed my 5th iPhone from Swappie, and this time it's the base iPhone 13 mini. In this vibrant British racing green color. I had my eyes on this one for a while. This one was labeled as very good condition, setting me back 539 euros, plus the shipping cost. So, if you're considering a similar phone, stick around for this review. Quick disclaimer, this isn't a sponsored review. Now, let's dive into the nitty-gritty of its condition. Upon unwrapping, I noticed a bit more than just a light layer of dust. The phone arrived covered in smudges and tiny particles. Swappie, a little cleanup before shipping would have been appreciated. The initial impression of the phone is okay, but as I inspect the sides, I notice what seemed like dirt is actually rock chips. It's not immediately visible on camera, only noticeable under specific angles and lighting conditions. Let's fire up this device. The setup process and Face ID registration went smoothly. However, before we proceed, Swappie sent out quite a dirty phone, and it's always a good idea to sanitize before full inspection. Post-cleaning, a closer examination reveals that those marks on the sides and back glass are indeed rock chips. Surprisingly, there are even engraved letters from the case this phone was in, PO13 Mini, I think it is. It's hard to see and it is mirrored. Okay, now, turning our attention to the front. There are scratches, but they're not deep. You won't notice them with the display turned on. A bit disappointing though. This seems more like a fair condition phone than a very good one to me. Alright, time for the battery health check. This is a small phone, so battery health is important, and the battery health is at 91%, which is actually pretty good. I'm pretty sure this battery will last me whole day. Before we dive into the battery cycle count, let me quickly change the wallpaper because, honestly, I can't stand the default look. Gotta personalize this phone right away, you know? Now that's sorted. Let's check out the battery health using my Mac. So, here's the scoop. The battery was manufactured in June 2022. It has 329 cycles and a max capacity of 92.1% according to the Coconut Battery app. I'd say this battery's got a good year of service left in it, generally around the 600 cycles. Batteries are usually ready for a replacement, so we've got some decent mileage left in this one. Now, let's take a closer look at the phone, checking both cameras. And they seem to be working fine. Next, I'll insert my SIM card to ensure the signal is stable. No issues here whatsoever. Now, let's test some gaming on this tiny device. I'll download Bully, the Anniversary Edition, and see how it performs on this small display. Surprisingly, the Bully game doesn't appear to run properly on this device. It's not in full screen. There are large black spaces on both sides, reminiscent of a game version for the original iPhone SE. Oddly enough, I played this game on the iPhone 12 mini without any problems. I'll check the App Store for an update. It seems the game is up to date. Let me quickly check the iOS version. Oh, it's running an outdated version. I'll update the phone to iOS 17 and see if that resolves the issue. Alright, after the update, the problem persists, which is quite strange. Let's quickly check if other games exhibit the same behavior. Minecraft seems to run fine in full screen mode. However, the screen is so small. This isn't an ideal gaming phone, to say the least. Okay, after a bit of Googling, it turns out that the issue with Bully not running in full screen is due to display zoom setting being set for larger text. Restoring it to default resolves the problem, and the game now runs in full screen mode as usual. It's unfortunate that I can't have the display set to zoomed in and play the game full screen. That's one of the downsides of a 5.4-inch screen. But don't get me wrong, I'm a huge fan of the iPhone mini series. Moving on, let's do a waterproof check. I hope this phone has never been opened or repaired. I've noticed that the screws by the lightning port don't match the iPhone color, but I'm not sure now if 13 minis had silver screws or not. Anyway, let's conduct the waterproof test by putting the phone in the dishwasher for 5 minutes. After the test, the phone seems to be working fine. Face ID and display responsiveness are intact. This suggests that the phone has likely not been tampered with. Okay now, this wraps up my review of the iPhone 13 mini from Swappie. Due to the cosmetic damage, I won't be keeping this phone. It was intended as a gift, so I'll be returning it. Alright bro, if you enjoyed this review, give it a like and don't forget to subscribe. And if you're still watching, you're a legend, my bro. Have a good one, and I'll catch you in the next video.